Everybody, hello, welcome to my online webinar. I am Umajolova Madina, student of Norcos University, Faculty of Accounting and Auditing. Today's webinar, for those who doesn't know how to invest and what to choose, stocks or bonds. Have you decided to start investing? If you are still bypassing the stock market, it's time to fix it. A properly collected portfolio of securities will not only help to keep the accumulated, but also provide you with income in foreign currency. Investing isn't difficult if you know what to invest in. There are several popular types of securities on the exchange. You can choose the instrument that suits you based on the amount of the deposit and your desire to participate in the process. There are stocks, bonds, investments, and exchange-traded funds. And this is the content review. Today we will analyze the most famous types of investments, stocks and bonds, and at the end we will talk about how best to invest and about diversification portfolio. So what about stocks? In fact, a stock is a part of the company and it gives the right to receive a share of the company's profit or its property. The amount of profit that the purchase of stocks promises can be estimated from the ratio of the number of acquired stocks to the total number of issued shares. There are two types of stocks, common and preferred. Common stocks give their owner the right to vote on the board of directors of the company. For example, 1 share equals 1 vote. And dividends when distributing net income. At the same time, the amount of dividends and in general their receipt isn't guaranteed. Everything depends on the company's decision to distribute profits. Investors invest in common stocks solely to profit from price fluctuations. Conventionally, you buy them for cheap, the price rises and you sell your package, the difference in price will be your profit. By the way, most often this profit is higher than the expected dividends. So what about preferred shares? Preferred shares give the right to first priority upon receipt of dividends and to settle in the event of liquidation of the company. When you buy them, you immediately see information about how much income you will receive and when. You can buy them on the stock exchange exactly like ordinary shares. At the same time, dividends will be paid not necessarily from the company's income. In the event of losses in the company, the shareholder will still receive profit from the company's own funds or its property. So if we compare these shares, then simple ounce promises great risks, but also more income if circumstances are successful. Currency fluctuations of the success of a company can affect the value of common shares and, as a result, your income. Preferred shares guarantee profitability under any circumstances, albeit small in some cases. In fact, the mechanism of trading on the exchange is simple. You need to buy cheap, sell for high, the margin is your income. However, this implies constant involvement in the process. It certainly cannot be called passive income, but if you still want to make money work, you can think, for example, of trust capital management. And what are the bonds? Bonds are debt securities that a company issues when it wants to attract investment. Basically, when you buy bonds, you lend to the company. Naturally, not a single loan is issued just like that. So you, the investor, will receive interest, the amount of which and the term of issue are negotiated in advance. The interest rate or your profit from buying bonds is called a coupon. Bonds are considered fixed income securities because you know in advance how much income they will bring you. Moreover, when buying bonds, you will rarely know when to make a profit, since many of them have a fixed maturity date. Another interesting type of securities are Eurobonds. These are bonds denominated in a different currency. For example, you can buy Gazprom Bank Eurobonds and receive income in euros. Reliability of Eurobonds is determined by the reliability of the issuer. The higher the company's credit rating, the higher the reliability of the paper. If the borrowing company is declared bankrupt and liquidated, then the bondholders will not return their money and will not receive income. Therefore, before buying bonds, it is worth conducting at least a basic analysis of the company. And to finally outline the main differences between stocks and bonds, we will use an example. Stocks are the capital of a company and bonds are its debt. This is the main difference between the two types of securities. When you acquire shares in a company, in fact, you become a co-owner and you can participate in the life of the organization. If you buy a large block of shares, you will have the right to vote on the board, as well as the right to share of any future income of the company. Bonds do not simply such preferences. You simply lend funds to the company and it undertakes to return them with interest within the agreed period, no more. How to invest is up to you. Financial consultants and professional brokers advise to diversify the portfolio, to having assets, not only stocks, but also other securities and currencies. Также я бы хотела сказать на русском, чтобы окончательно описать основные различия между акциями и облигациями. То есть приведем пример. Акции — это капитал компании, облигации — это ее долг. В этом основное различие двух типов ценных бумаг. Когда вы приобретаете акции компании, по сути, вы становитесь совладельцем, можете участвовать в жизни организации в случае покупки большого пакета акций. И у вас появляется право голоса в правлении, а также право на долю от любых доходов компании в будущем. Облигации подобных преференций не предполагают. Вы просто даете компании средства в долг, и она обязуется их вернуть с процентами в оговоренный срок, не более. Как инвестировать, это уже решать вам. Финансовые консультанты, профессиональные брокеры советуют диверсифицировать портфель, то есть иметь в активах не только определенные акции, но и другие ценные бумаги, а также валюту. Что такое диверсификация? Это покупка разных бумаг, чтобы меньше зависеть от динамики каждой из них. Самый простой подход — это купить акции разных компаний, даже с разными направлениями их бизнеса, из нескольких секторов и стран. Главное — постараться самостоятельно изучить компании, в которые вы хотите вложиться. Оцените возможные риски, которые могут повлиять на ваш доход. Также изучите несколько правил диверсификации портфеля. Например, на таких сайтах, как Forbes. Они отлично описывают эти правила, то есть также показывают зависимости, на которые нужно опираться. Так что спасибо вам за внимание. Thank you for